The sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to you by Tom's Watch Bar at the corner of Sand Lake Road and International Drive, Taco Bob.
Going to be out there this Friday starting at 8. It's another one of these magic watch parties. Have great prizes to give away, some BWO, Bob World Order gear, and good times, man. Great food out there. Dog was there this past weekend. Tom's Watch Bar. Fun time. Come on out.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully the magic result will be a little better when you're there, Taco, than it was last night against Houston, Bulldog.
Back to life, back to reality for the Magic last night. They were back to their ugly, clunky, plodding, painful to watch offensive ways last night. 97-84. They go down to the Houston Rockets. The Magic scored just 84 points. That's their third lowest total of the season. They shot only 32% from the floor, 25% from the three-point line. And on the other end of the floor, they allowed the Rockets to get 20 offensive rebounds, 63 total rebounds. That's the most given up by the Magic this year. Man. It was just, I watch the Magic almost every game. I've got FanDuel Sports Network. I pay extra for it to watch the Magic play so I can talk about them on the radio and because I like watching the NBA. But I got to tell you, they're getting me frustrated and they're boring to watch. They're boring to watch sometimes.
See everybody out at Tom's on Friday.
Yeah. Right. Hey, yeah. Well, hopefully at Tom this week, and they actually beat the Bucks, so maybe it's the Tom's Watch Bar thing that gets them going. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be great if your sports channel subscriptions were based on winning percentage of your teams as to what you had to pay?
I think I deserve a refund from FanDuel Sports Network. Absolutely. So. All right, on to what else is going on in sports. How amazing is the NFL? They just dominate. The season's over. The season's been over. And I was watching the ESPN debate shows yesterday after our radio show gets off at 9:30. All they talk about is NFL. NFL free agency, the trades. It's unbelievable how they dominate the sports landscape. Obviously, NFL free agency day one yesterday. I know Lynch is excited that his favorite team, the Miami Dolphins, signed Zach Wilson to back up Tua Tagovailoa. How excited are you about Zach coming to town?
I can't tell you how soundly I slept last night.
Right. And the Bucks, by the way, they re-signed Chris Godwin to a 3-year deal. Chris Godwin, of course, their slot receiver, who was having a great year before he went down with a broken ankle this past season. So they re-signed him. He's coming back. He's actually taking a pay cut to stay with the Bucks. So that should tell you something about the Bucks organization. The big news, though.
Like $20 million, right? He's taking he left $20 million on the table, Pat, to stay there.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So the big news, though, the quarterbacks, the Seahawks signed Sam Darnold yesterday. He's leaving the Vikings, 3-year, $100 million contracts. They got him for a bargain, actually. He had a great year last year, so he's leaving the Vikings to join the Seahawks. The Seahawks, of course, traded Geno Smith to the Raiders because Geno Smith wanted a big deal, and the Vikings said, no, we can get Sam Darnold. I'm sorry, the Seahawks said, no, we can get Sam Darnold for less than we would pay you, and Sam Darnold's better. So I think that's a great deal by the Seahawks to get Sam Darnold. The other big quarterback news, the Jets signed Justin Fields from the Steelers. He was started out as their starting quarterback last year, then he became the backup. So that was the big free agent news yesterday, and again, just dominating the sports landscape. UCF starts spring football practice today. How excited are you two UCF alum about year one of Frosty spring practice? You guys going to be out there to watch some spring ball?
Taco was just talking about packing a lunch and wanting to head out. And
a picnic basket.
It's going to be interesting to see, Scott Frost, his second go round. What are gonna quarterback situation? Who's gonna be the starting quarterback? Mackenzie Milton's on staff, so a lot of work to do for UCF.
I hope there's not a lot of noise in the machine for this first season back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, give them time. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, well, we all know how fans are.
Yeah,
they say they'll give him time, but if UCF goes through a little losing skid, he'll get criticized just like every other coach does. But yeah, this is a rebuild. There's a reason Gus Malzahn bailed out to take the offensive coordinator job at FSU. He knew this was going to be not a long rebuild, because in college football you can rebuild a lot quicker now with the transfer portal. But it's going to be, it's going to take Scott Frost a couple years to get this program back up and running again. So yeah, he needs some time. Yeah, speaking of UCF, their basketball team will play in the Big 12 tournament tonight against Utah. The Knights are the 14 seed. Utah is the 11 seed. Speaking about coaches getting time, Johnny Dawkins might need to make a little noise in the Big 12 tournament to save his job. So
we'll see how the tournaments go, and then we'll have the selections on Sunday and see what the bracket brings us. Get ready for March Madness, right, dog?
Absolutely, can't wait.
All right, and Lightning tough matchup tonight on the road at Carolina. If you want to catch up with the Bulldog Mike Bianchi, host open mic on AM 740 and FM 96.9. The Game, weekday mornings on Adjacent to Us. He takes time out of his busy show to join us here for the sports page each morning on JRR.
By the way, happy birthday to Bobby McFerrin. Oh!
JRR. Eastbound I-4 is